So my rent is due in 30 days, and I'm only a new Roblox developer with 3 months of scripting experience, no coding background, no game development background. I think I'm screwed. If I don't build a successful Roblox game in 30 days, I'll straight up be broke and homeless. So subscribe to find out if I actually make it to day 30 as a Roblox millionaire, or if I end up sleeping at my local 7-Eleven dumpster. Hey guys, so 2 videos ago, I was showing some of the community talents, and I missed 2 big ones here that are actually 3 that for some reason the screen just covered over them, so I wanted to just bring them out really quick. This one's Toadbird, and it is a nice sticker, a bandage sticker for an RNG game that he's gonna make, so nice job Toadbird. And then Ballman here. This guy is crazy with his thumbnails. It looks like he just made one of the Doors thumbnails, and if that is the case, that's insane. Regardless, this is awesome. And the last one is Hashi. Hashi's really good at setting a vibe in all of his art, and as you can see, this one is insane. We've got a city in the background, we've got some guys chilling under the bridge, so some very talented people in this community. If you've got some talent that you want to show off and possibly be a part of some videos, then feel free to join the community. Okay, so this is day 11 of trying to pay my rent by making a Roblox game in 30 days, and we're already 33%. We're 1/3 of the way there to this 30-day challenge, guys. So if you've made it this far, thank you again so much. I know I say it a lot, but I really do appreciate it. The support and the comments are so undeserved, and I'm going to use that as fuel to keep me going and keep me finishing this 30-day challenge. And after we're done with this challenge, I'm gonna have a lot more in store for you guys, so stay excited for that, because honestly, after I finish this challenge, I'm gonna have a lot more time to make way better videos than these more like poorly low edited quality videos that I've been doing for this challenge. So this is kind of just to show you the process, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and yeah, hopefully we can get some better videos on after this challenge. So today I want to move the bow logic, which is right over here, over to my class script, my module script. That way it'll act as an object that we can just replicate and make super easily and edit super easily. And when I say make, I mean we can make other projectile weapons. Instead of just being able to have a bow, we could easily just make a crossbow, we could make a slingshot, like any type of projectile weapon. We could even give a sword like a little projectile slash using this object-oriented frame. So let's get started on that. We'll move the bow logic over, and then we'll add some models for the actual bow. We'll add a model for the arrow finally, so you don't see this giant gray part. And I also want to add the model for the sword. That's my goal for today, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm kind of scratching my head. I think I have a solution, but basically the part that I'm stuck at while I'm migrating my bow logic over to the weapon class to make it reusable, I have this client script here that every time the tool activates, I send over my mouse position, which allows the game to know where my mouse is and where to fire the arrow. The problem with that is that this tool activated is handled in my weapons class logic, which is server-sided. So the only way that I can think to fix this would be, instead of using a one-way event, I think I can use a remote function. I think that's what it's called. I remember learning about it, but it allows for two-way communication. So I think what that'll allow me to do is handle the activation on the server side, and then it'll trigger that remote, which will go over to the client side, ask for where the mouse position is, and then the client side should be able to send me that mouse position back to the server side. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I can't think of any other ways, so we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Okay, so let me show you guys where we're at now. I've got this bow working in the weapons class, and it's awesome, but I don't know why I'm getting this error. It says that it's attempting to return the base arrow, and that arrow is not in use, so it's thinking I called the wrong part, but clearly it only happens when I use the arrow, and then you can see it return back to cache and then give me that error. So I don't know if it's me bugging out or if it's the cache module bugging out, but whatever the case, I mean, this works. So I'll probably figure out if this error is a problem later on, but as you can see, it doesn't do damage to my own character. And if we try to do damage to a rig, we'll see if it actually does damage. Okay, so yeah, the bow does damage to characters now. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple more things because I don't think it'll do damage to the cores yet. I haven't really connected it to that damage function yet. I've kind of just added the direct humanoid take damage, but I have a custom setup for the cores to take damage as well, so that shouldn't be hard to add. But once we've got that, we've pretty much got a fully functioning object-oriented bow script. And let me show you why I took all the time to do this, even though I had it working last episode. Now if I want to add, let's say, another type of bow, or if I want to adjust any bow settings, instead of having to mess with that giant script, all I would have to do is create a new bow tool and then put this script inside of here, and it'll initialize all of that bow functionality. And all I would have to do, I don't know why this was for my test, but all I would have to do is set up the animation that I want for it. Hold on, this is the sword script. I would have to set the animation that I want for it, the damage, the cooldown, things like the projectile velocity, and I could even do, I could even set up like the projectile gravity. So there's just so many settings that I can set up super easily, and it would take all of the logic that I just built out and create a new bow for me. So that's why this setup is so valuable and why I'm spending so much time on it, because it's kind of something that I only need to do once. And then once I do it once, everything else that I do now projectile based it'll come so much easier, and all my code will be reusable. So let's finish the functionality of being able to damage the cores. Then we will go ahead and start adding some of the correct models in, because I'm tired of looking at this ugly bow. Okay, so I've got the, if you can see right here, all I did was I switched the humanoid or character.humanoid take damage. I changed it over to our apply damage method, which we built out for the sword. So it was super easy. Once you have these methods built out, it's so easy to just apply them to new additions. So like, for example, if I had, right now I just have a bow, which I might just change to projectile because that would make more sense. It can literally handle any projectile. But for example, if I wanted like a flail type of weapon where you charge up and then you shoot out like a ball of spikes, then I could still use all of my a ton of my methods and attributes. For example, my take damage method or apply damage method, this will always work out for any weapon I decide to build. And you can see here, if we go up to the apply damage method, we can see everything that it handles in here. It takes in a target, which is a character model. It gets the player from the character, checks the player's team, and if it is my same teammate, then it won't do damage, it'll just return. Then it checks to see if it's a core, and if the core is on my team, and if it's not on my team, then it continues. If it is on my team, then it'll return and it won't take damage. After it does these two team checks, it locates the humanoid inside of the target. Sorry, I had some heartburn there. It locates the humanoid inside of the target, which is the character, and if the humanoid exists and the humanoid isn't self.humanoid, which is the tool wielder, which in this case it would be me, then it'll proceed to take damage, and it'll apply self.damage, which is the damage that we set initially, which is over here. Initialize sword, in this case, damage is equal to 15. So you would just change that value and it would change this value here. And then not only that, but we also were able to tie in the tag humanoid method, which we go right up here. And in this tag humanoid method, it takes in a couple arguments, and this is what creates a creator tag onto the enemy that you hit. And if that enemy ends up dying while your tag is on them, then and you've claimed their kill. So we can just see how reusable this code is, because if I were to have to write this on every single weapon I created and adjust every single number, it would just be a mess. It would be so many different scripts, and it would take so much time to just create a new weapon, and confusion when I can just set this up once. So if you didn't know the benefit of object-oriented programming, this is a prime example here. So really quick, I wanted to say that if anyone wants to learn how to make an object-oriented based script like this that allows you to create weapons in your game, let me know in the comment section down below if this would be a good thing to make a video on. It would probably be a long video, so I might have to cut that in parts, but just in case if anyone cared to ever make something like this. Okay guys, as you can see, this is the perfect bow holding animation right here, just gripping the whole thing. We're gonna work on animations next video. That's gonna take too long to do this. And I wanted to just give a shout out to 611. He's in my Discord community. He doesn't have like a YouTube for me to shout out yet, but he's made this model, and he's actually made the sword model that I'm about to put in the game as well. So you're gonna see that now. Okay, so I've got this new model sword into the game that I really like. Again, shout out to 611 in the Discord community. He's the one that's made this sword model, and he's also made this bow model. And he's been doing really good with these. I think they look really nice. I just need to get the texture files from him later, so I'm gonna do that. So right now we'll call it the rainbow sword. So that's gonna be it, guys, for episode 11. I think we're gonna move pretty fast from here on out. There was a huge 3 or 4 episodes now where we just focused on the bow pretty much and the sword. But now that we've got all these module scripts in place, I think we're ready to start mass producing. So we're gonna work on some animations, we're gonna work on building the rest of the map, maybe some sound effects, getting the projectile, actual arrow in the game. And yeah, it should start all coming together from here, guys. So super exciting. As always, if you have any suggestions for this game, please leave a comment or feel free to join the Discord. And thanks for watching. Help! Help!